Thank you for coming to our press conference for the opening of San Francisco Community Health New Transcribe Facility. Thank you. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Kylan Fowler. I'm Manager of Community Engagement at SFCHC. This morning, you will hear from our leaders of our organization, as well as our esteemed members of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, Mayor's Office, Gilead, and our premier sponsor to our new home. The press conference will immediately follow by the ribbon cutting and tour. So to kick off our event, I'm going to invite up to our podium our Chief Executive Director, Lance Tone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new home for Transcribe. Today is an important, a beautiful and rainy day, but a momentous day. And thank you all for showing up for us. The San Francisco Community Health Center is 36 years old. We are a people of color, LGBTQ health center that believes everyone deserves access to the highest quality health care. We ensure that marginalized and stigmatized communities are front and center in our work. We were born in response to the HIV epidemic, and ever since day one, we have always been committed to providing trans-focused programs and services. SFCHC has been growing at a rapid pace, with even more speed during COVID. When COVID hit San Francisco, we made sure that our doors never closed. Our teams were out in the streets and alleyways in the Tenderloin, and it was and remains our priority to ensure that our communities have access to information and services, COVID testing, vaccines, boosters, HIV and Hep C testing and treatment for our homeless community, our HIV community, and our trans and gender nonconforming communities. This is our ethos at San Francisco Community Health Center. We leave no one behind. For our trans community specifically, it has been our intention for years to have all of these services under one roof, under a true by and for model. This is what the trans and gender nonconforming community has been telling us. And I want to thank Gilead Sciences, Jane Stafford, Darwin Thompson, for believing in us and believing and trusting in our connection to our community. It's because of Gilead that we're able to realize this dream. As a queer person of color, wholeheartedly committed to justice and equity for our LGBTQ communities, I believe that there is no other part of our LGBTQ community that is more deserving than our trans community of this incredible sanctuary that we are creating here today. This new home and this refuge for Transcribe is exactly what we need to see more of across our country. Thank you again for being here. Your love and support means the world to us. It's an honor to celebrate with all of you today. And with that, it's a pleasure that I introduce to you my colleague, our Senior Strategy Advisor, Dr. Tatiana Moten.
Hi everyone, as Lance said, I'm Dr. Tatiana Moten, Senior Strategy Advisor here at San Francisco Community Health Center. I want to share with you some of the decision making that is behind why we're all standing here today at our new Transcribe space. We conducted community listening sessions over the course of 4 weeks, together with Jenna Rockles, who leads Gender Health SF at SFCHC. It was important to our leadership and our board that this be a for us, by us process, which is why Jenna and I, two trans women of color, were asked to lead these listening sessions. The 5 sessions we conducted encompassed the entire diaspora of the trans community, which included trans youth, trans masculine individuals, trans femme individuals, Black and Indigenous people of color, and non-binary gender nonconforming individuals. We were very intentional in capturing the voices of the community, not just one segment, because we want this space to resonate with everyone. So in a few minutes, when you tour the rest of the Transcribe space, know that all of this represents San Francisco Community Health Center's continued commitment to our core values of being client-centered and community-centered. We have concretely doubled down on our investment together with Gilead to continue to support the trans and gender nonconforming community because we value the lives of trans and gender nonconforming people like me, like so many on our staff, and of course, like our clients. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to the woman who leads everything that you're seeing here today at TransThrive, Managing Director, Nikki Tita Ida Kalma.
Thank you folks. Good morning. My name is Nikki Kalma. Some of you know me as Tita Ida, and it is a pleasure to be with you today here. Not bad for a dressing room, huh? First of all, today is a very historical day for the trans services here in San Francisco. As you already heard from my colleagues, we've listened to our community, and where we're standing right now is the direct result of it. As someone who has accessed services in San Francisco for 25 years, who has seen services and programs come and go, what we have here is groundbreaking. It's what me and my community have always wanted and needed. A place like this, a home. Our trans lives matters and our work caring for. And this home is going to embody that 100%. In this facility is housed our Monday to Friday TransThrive Drop-In Center. Also, within a few months, we will expand the drop-in schedule to 7 days a week. And we have programs that focus on economic and community development, harnessing trans and GNC leadership, creating more safe spaces for people to flourish in their wellness and safety. And most importantly, all of this is by trans and gender nonconforming people. Across our agency, we have 25 incredible, talented trans and gender nonconforming staff members, and half of them are here. I get to work with them here at TransThrive, and they are all dedicated to the vision of what we're trying to achieve. We did this all in 2 weeks, quickly, so that's how dedicated they are. So with a little pizza here and there. So let's always remember that we are a thriving community, and the new generation of trans people are coming up. So we have to encourage investments in our communities, investments just like this. And we need to celebrate all the accomplishments of trans and gender nonconforming people. Let's change the narrative. Let's focus on thriving and uplifting everything that we aspire for. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nikki, and everything that you do. It is my honor this morning to present our next speaker, our Board of Supervisors President of San Francisco. And this is his district. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome to the podium, President, Supervisor Aaron.
Thank you, Kaylin. Good morning, everybody. Let me just start by saying that this area, Lower Polk, has a long trans history. So this is not a welcome, this is a welcome back. And I say, as I look out, I see Chris Shulman from Lower Polk CBD. I see many people from this neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that gets it, that has been remarkably welcoming to the Tay Navigation Center. This is the absolutely right spot. It has the right history. And I'm very proud of San Francisco, not only the northeast corner of San Francisco that is welcoming, but as we stand in a nation that is doing crazier and crazier things, using the trans community from coast to coast for an abhorrent political agenda, I am so proud of San Francisco that we are launching this here today. And it has been done so quickly. And in a city where we have so many concerns about not being able to do things right and not be able to do them fast enough, this is actually an example of being able to do something in a very short period of time. You just heard Nikki and the doctor talk about how only in 2022, a year ago, this needs assessment was going on. And here we are, proof positive, with 8,000 square feet at 1460 Pine Street. That is remarkable. And it gives me hope that the city's initiative to end trans homelessness in a very short period of time is achievable and realistic. We are delighted, Hal, by your work. We want this to be a thriving Trans Thrive facility, and City Hall is here to help and have your backs. And Rafi, Supervisor Mendelman, and I are going to be here with you day in and day out. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President Pittskin. I would like to acknowledge just a few of our board members here today. All of this is possible, the decision making that they help us. Ms. Melissa Marquez, could you raise your hand? Mr. Moody. Thank you. And Mr. David Wynn. Trans Thrive would not be possible without the generous support of Gilead Science. I'd like to invite to the podium the Public Affairs Director, Darwin Thompson.
It's okay. Good morning.
Morning.
First and foremost, I look amazing. It's raining weather. I got out my hotel room. I said, oh my goodness. This is not the weather I'm used to in the Bay, but you guys look amazing. Again, I'm Darwin Thompson. I'm Public Affairs Director at Gilead Sciences. I am honored to be here today to help officially open San Francisco's Community Health Center's historic new Trans Thrive facility. Gilead is a proud supporter of the San Francisco Community Health Center, but most importantly, the transgender and gender nonconforming community here in the Bay Area, but also nationwide. This facility could not have been opened at a more critical time. The transgender community faces so many barriers, including access to care, the lack of gender-affirming care services, and providers with limited experience in transgender care. Too often, individuals seeking these services are met with discrimination, harassment, and make it even more difficult to receive the quality care they deserve. That's why we need Trans Thrive more than ever. As the city's first, and I mean the city's first standalone center of this size, dedicated to holistic wraparound services for trans people. Trans Thrive will be an essential resource in providing services and addressing these disparities in the Bay Area, and should serve as a model for other cities, not only nationwide but globally. Gilead is proud to invest in these organizations like San Francisco Community Health Center and continue to support the health, wellness, and the safety of the transgender community. We're confident at Gilead that this center can and will save lives. And we look forward to partnering with you, Lance, and your team to move forward this work. Thank you. We're looking forward to the tour, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Darwin, and everything that you do for San Francisco. Ooh, I almost lost my place. Okay, there we go. Our next speaker is a longtime friend of San Francisco Community Health. This individual actually helped us launch our clinic in Market Street at the LGBTQ Center, and we wholeheartedly appreciate him as well. Without further ado, I would like to invite to the podium Supervisor Raphael Mendelman.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Fowler.
Thank you.
Commissioner and San Leandro, very, very exciting. Future council member, mayor, and so on. I am just, delighted as the senior gay on the San Francisco bench over here from District 8. I am, as the commissioner indicated, a longtime friend of CHC, going back to the API Wellness Days, and I am so amazed by this team of folks, by Lance, who has been amazing for a while. Not to call you old, but you've been amazing for a while, for all old. And Nikki, Doctor, The work that CHC does is truly life-saving, and this is an employment strategy, an HIV prevention strategy, a community empowerment strategy. This is all happening here in this space, and I share the board president's pride that at a time when the rest of the country is doing some horrible, horrible things, that in San Francisco we're trying to do it right. Now, I do want to point out that we have not arrived. I mean, nobody here thinks that we've arrived in San Francisco. Rates of poverty, unemployment, violence, all these statistics, we know that trans folks need a lot of help right here in San Francisco, and we have a ton of work to do, and I strongly believe, as I said, the senior gay on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, that none of us are free till all of us are free. So I want to thank you for the work you're doing here, and I'm looking forward to the ribbon cutting, and well, I've already seen the space. It's amazing. Commissioner.
Okay, thank you again, our Supervisor Raphael Mandelman. Trans Thrive have had the privilege of working with the Mayor's Office and the Office of Transgender Initiative. The development of the program specifically for our community, so it is a great pleasure to welcome to the podium, and I know him personally, perfect person for our community. Pop right up.
Well, it's hard to go after all of these amazing speakers. So all I will say is, at the Office of Trans Initiatives, like many of our community organizations and leaders here, we deal with a lot. We see what our trans communities are handling, not just nationally, but locally as well. And so it truly is moments like this where I gain hope again and see how we can really make magic happen when we come together and we put our minds to it. And so I really just want to say this space is truly a labor of love, clearly, like you can feel it once you enter the space. And our community really, really needs that right now. So thank you for all of that work, for making it happen. And we truly do need spaces like this because we see across the country the violence that's happening towards trans people. We are getting the calls from our office, and I'm sure from your office, of people either on their way to San Francisco or planning to come over very, very soon to find safety. So spaces like this are truly life-saving now, and they will continue to be life-saving for our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I want to acknowledge some more people that we have with us today to help move our program forward. Kate Smith. Thank you, Kate. She's the president of Kate Foundation. And Jessica Ho. Thank you so much. That's it from me. And again, thank you so much for everything that you do at OTI, Kyle. At this time, we'd like to move to our ribbon cutting immediately following the tour. We're going, if our media here, if we want to interview some of our staff or clients, I am going to ask that you see our communication manager, Troy. Yeah, Troy. I am going to ask all of our guest speakers and our leadership to gather one more time for a photo before we do the ribbon cutting in our tour. And again, thank you so much for joining us, and we're super excited to meet the need of our community.